Is it connecting? Is it connecting? Is it connecting? All right. What are we doing? Is this how's it working? Okay. Huh. Okay, so I'm interested. Is this working? Fuck you, Gagnon, you piece of shit. I just saw what you put. I just saw what you did. I'm just testing this out to see if it works. Can you hear me, yes or no? That's the main question I'm going to ask you, Matthew. Four concurrent viewers. Okay, guys, type in if you can hear me, yes or no. Can you can, Tucker? Okay. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Trump rally that we had in Georgia because I just made this up like 2 minutes ago. I'm going to see as to whether or not I'm going to be able to hold the stream for more than a couple minutes because the last time I tried something like this, the recording didn't work, but we'll see what happens. So as of right now, we are covering this. I just saw it in its entirety. I was glued to the screen. Believe it or not, I was really salivating and waiting for this to happen for days, not only because of the reasons, that, he's our president and all that, but because I wanted to see how he was going to handle the the complexities of the election here, the Senate runoffs, etc. And honestly, I think that it's sort of conclusive what he's going to do for us, okay? Anyway, John McCain is in chat saying, hello, fellow neocon. I would want to say, kill yourself, faggot. Hopefully the stream doesn't get taken down for me using gamer language, but I honestly don't care. So yeah, John McCain is on Real Americans live stream. He's an acquaintance, and Axnom is here as well. So, guys, what do you think I should talk about in the chat? In terms of this rally, again, I'm going to tell you what happened. So, in terms of the particular circumstance around this, he is rallying in Georgia. This is approximately about a month before the actual runoff election, where we're going to have the candidate Perdue, the white guy versus the Jew Ossoff, who's the Beto basically of Georgia. You have the black guy Raphael Warnock, who is a kind of a knickknack, kind of a black kind of nationalist figure. He's very far left. In fact, it's not so much that he's a socialist, but that he's like explicitly pro-black. He hates the military. He hates our foreign interventions in the bad way. Like, oh, F America, I hate America, gay stuff like that. You know, he's just crazy. He hates the cops. And we have Kelly Loeffler, who is this I think billionaire who's partial owner of the NBA, the WNBA, and a couple other companies. Had a insider trading scandal, which ultimately doesn't matter that much. Who cares if she got rich off of insider data? I don't care. And so this is an interesting dynamic, as you can see. J- John McCain says, I took down Real American stream a lot. Yeah, Purdue 2020. So John McCain Gaming or whatever does like to ruin his streams, kind of interrupt. And Real American, if you know anything about Real American, he'll kind of spurg out and he'll sort of, all of a sudden, kind of be like, oh my god, you can't say that. You're a neocon. And it's like, bro, like, I get it. Yeah, neocon, gay, yeah, whatever. But, hating on him too much, really, really, okay? Like, this, the people that would spit on George W. Bush would vote for Tulsi Gabbard. And Tulsi Gabbard's an out-and-out socialist, completely into the queer stuff. So, whatever. In terms of, okay, Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming, hello. I've not seen you so far, so that's good to know. New person. Tucker says, crazy Warnock. Yes, he is crazy. And you can tell that he's crazy because the negative attack ads that Warnock has been getting has been so far, sort of unprecedented. The amount of heat he's been taking, the negative ads, are really taking a toll on his poll numbers. You can see even in the bad polls, he is beneath Ossoff in the polls, from what I can understand in most iterances of polling. Now, the difference between Warnock and other people is that Warnock is kind of self-aware insofar as he knows that he needs to tone down the speech. So while in the 2000s he was having Fidel Castro at his church in Brooklyn in the 90s, and in the 2000s he would say something like America is a sin, or we need to stop worshiping whiteness, or America is a damned country, or the police are thugs, and stuff like that. And you cannot serve in our military and serve God at the same time. Instead of saying that, now he's kind of walking it back. He's completely obfuscating and gaslighting and saying that, oh, no, that's not legitimate, as well as also he's, Warnock is, taking ads where he's walking a dog, he's kissing a dog, and all this, kind of trying to make himself look docile, like, massa, I'm the happy Negro, or whatever, and it's like, dude, it's not gonna work, You have clips of you acting completely crazy, you pretending like, oh, no, I'm innocent, bro, I'm not a radical black, I'm one of those good boys, I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden, I'm gonna vote for Chuck Schumer, man. It's like, no, you're not. So, yeah, so he's super gay. So there we go. John McCain says screw Tulsi. So true. He says Biden 2020. Hell no. Sir Dr. Chunk says hi. Yeah, hello. Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming says there is a full audit going on in Arizona. So if you want me to explain Arizona, they were doing they did a sample audit where they found 2 to 3% fraud rate out of 100 duplicate ballots in Arizona, and then the judge said, okay, that's more than the margin of error, or the margin in Arizona, which is 0.3%, and because of that specifically, that enabled a sort of enabled a focus on I think it was a sample of 2,500 ballots, and in that they found 0.5% fraud, which is really weird that the fraud rate went down with the way bigger sample. But either way, that fraud rate is still higher than the 0.3, so it kind of merits another investigation, correct? So, and that's without the signature checking, I believe, just the duplication ballot phenomena. I think, maybe, I'm confused. But anyway, and then the judge said, found another thing that in Arizona, I believe, that judge found that there was an 11% fraud rate or something like that in the ballots, and that kind of also merits a full-on audit of the state, okay? And I believe it's Mark Fincham among the state delegation for the congressional Republicans as well as the Senate Republicans, and Kelly Ward, chairwoman of the Arizona GOP, among most Republicans other than the rhinos like Ducey, like Cindy McCain, are calling for an audit of Maricopa County specifically. Maricopa County was the only county in Arizona that had Dominion, but it is the biggest county, so it does matter. There was 1.9 million mail-in ballots, I believe, in Maricopa or something like that, and that's without signature verification, which therefore means that we should audit these. And obviously, if you were to audit Maricopa, then Trump would win Arizona by tens of thousands of votes, in my opinion. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, the point is that have they actually done the audit? Are they working on the audit? I'm not entirely sure, but it is probably going to happen in Arizona. And if and when they do that, then I do think we'll win Arizona. So that's that. Luca Marsala says Warnock is a radical. He should be ashamed to be called the pastor. Almost anybody can be called a pastor these days. You can see congressmen and women kind of like, if you saw Kirsten Sinema swearing in Mark Kelly, she was wearing purple hair like a dyke, but she is bisexual, so no surprise. So there's a lot of things that are going wrong in that respect, as well as we have pastors in the Episcopalian denomination of Protestantism, where there are a bunch of homos that are pastors and women that are pastors. That should not be happening. So, yeah, that is a shame that a guy, a black kind of progressive guy, sort of anti-American guy should be a pastor. I don't think that's right. Loeffler 2021 says John McCain. That doesn't even make sense. In terms of Loeffler, I think she's mediocre. She does support all the good positions, I suppose. She does okay in that respect. And that's important, and that's fine, and that's dandy and all. But again, she's not extremely based, if you were to say it like that. In terms of Let me see. Victor Arredondo Jones, message retracted. Okay, what did you put? Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming. Do you support Red Eagle? Yeah, Red Eagle's a good friend of mine. Red Eagle does doom a little bit. I would want if I had to criticize Red Eagle, I would say that he's a little less optimistic than I am, and I kind of view it as a spectrum, right? Because you have people that because like most Republicans and most Trump supporters, like myself, believe that there was fraud, but there's spectrums of the fraud, of course. How much was there? Did it flip the election or whatever? Yeah, people like Lynn Wood, that's like way out of the woodwork, Sidney Powell, etc. You have people like Robert Barnes, who thinks that it was stolen. Okay, that's great. You have Real American that thought that it was stolen, as well as like the proportions of the stolen ballots was a lot. I'm a little less optimistic than Real American politics. In terms of me, I do think that Donald Trump did win the election in Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin, probably Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, as well as Nevada. In terms of Minnesota, etc., who knows? I probably not, but and I believe the fraud was extensive. It was decisive in the election, so that's pretty important to note as well. And Red Eagle politics, Red Eagle does think that that the election was stolen from Trump. I'm pretty sure, but he isn't as solidly behind the notion of the fraud narrative. I don't know why. I guess he doesn't spend as much time on politics. He's more focused on watching the Detroit Lions lose game after game, I suppose. I'm kidding. So, JRTB says, dude, you rock. Thank you. He says also, what happened to Red Eagle tonight? I did see part of the stream, not all of it. Yeah, I think he is a little more pessimistic on the odds, kind of because he is wrapped into the kind of Pedro Gonzalez, Ryan James Gerdumski kind of notion of national populism before Trump, or kind of like, he's obviously on the Trump side, Red is, but he kind of, he I wouldn't say he's LARPing, but he's really wrapped into the paleo-conservative ideology to the point where I would personally say that he's kind of frustrated with the lack of progress from Republicans, and that kind of does sour the well, kind of makes the enthusiasm to watch him much less so. So it's a black pill for sure, and because his content's more black pill now, it's kind of less attractive to look at. So that explains a lot. Victor said Biden won Georgia. Well, Victor's a retard. Biden did not win Georgia. Simply put, here's the kill shot. Look at the video of the ballots they found, and they counted and duplicated or whatever in 4 separate briefcases, approximately 24,000 ballots, and this happened in a myriad of locations, I believe. So again, completely not true. Also, if you saw the Facebook live stream of the fat black lady who was supposed to be auditing or recounting ballots, and if you look at the hundreds of ballots that were assigned to her, none of them had an address on them. So again, that's a lot of freaking fraud, and it's just one case where it's hundreds of ballots that could be thrown away, let alone the dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of volunteers that had to go through a lot of irreparably damaged ballots that frankly did not have to be counted. So again, Biden did lose Georgia. The question is how much was the fraud, but it was definitely enough to flip it. Red Eagle's live cut out. Okay, that's what you were asking, apparently. I only watched it for 10 minutes, I don't know. John McCain said that there was fraud, but not enough for Trump. You're a retard, John McCain. I'm sorry, but come on, dude. There was more than enough. Look, the rejection rate in Georgia in 2016, I believe, was 6%. The rejection rate in Georgia this time, I believe, was 0.2%. 0.2%. That's like 1 in 30. Okay, that's 1/30th of the fraud. That's assuming that the rejection rate went down by 95%. That's bogus. That's retarded. Sorry. Come on, dude. Get it together, John McCain. Also, if the mail-in balloting went up from a proportion of, I think David Perdue said 5% in 2016 to 30% this year, it would make obvious sense that that the ballot rejection rate would only go up, because again, the ballots did not fundamentally change from this year, from last election, so the rejection rate should be around the same, but because of the quantity going up, percentage probably would have went up. in my approximation, I mean, just using common sense and logic here. So you're just wrong. You're just simply just wrong. Um, Victor Arredondo. Wait, let me read your name again. Victor Arredondo Jones. There was fraud, but Biden still won. You're retarded. Um, John McCain. Red Eagle quality has gone down since November. Um, yeah, I think. No. Wait. Has his quality gone down? I don't honestly think it has gone down in so much as its quality. What does that mean? He uses the same stuff as last month, only that, his opinions are mildly different. So, okay, John McCain says containers, not suitcase. Well, suitcase. No, I saw the video. There's 4 different camera angles from what I recall. There's multiple camera angles. If you look at one, like past the first one that spread around Twitter and the news, it shows that when they opened up the suitcases, it showed the standard ballot carrier, like the USPS carrier or whatever type of box, the Gaylord ones, I think. So no, so there was basically a box of ballots within a suitcase, not the other way around. So either you're gaslighting us or you're buying into the fake news gaslit media. Aaron Brooks 17 says, "Hey, hello." John McCain says it's because people cured their ballots. That's why their rejection was low. Well, there's a question as to the legality of the curing of the ballots, number one, and number two, there's a 14th Amendment violation under the Equal Protections Clause, where you should provide equal access to curing of ballots to Republicans and Democrats. And from every account that I've heard of, whether it be dozens of sworn affidavits and witnesses and witness testimony, several hours that I've seen of that so far, it seems as if all the curing was for the Democrats and not for the Republicans. And if there was tens of thousands of ballots cured, that was disproportionately for Democrats and for Joe Biden in particular. That does flip the state on its own. So either you're wrong or I'm right and you violated the law. Okay, the Democrats did. JRTB says, I was 100% supportive of Red Eagle. No reason to ban me. A mod must have thought I have no idea why. Well, I don't know either. I didn't see you comment. I asked some questions in all caps and reported them. I just wanted them to be noticed. Repeated them, you mean? Well, I wouldn't recommend you repeat stuff in the chat. I'm a mod on Red Eagle stream, and it pisses me off to see people repeat stuff over and over again in terms of, like, the verbatim same thing over and over. That usually is annoying to people. Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming says there's a lot of fraud. Trump won. True. LTE is incredibly biased. We all know that is true. Basically, the rationale of LTE, which is a homosexual, by the way, he basically took 538 data and kind of used it and appropriated it, and I'll even show you the map, so-called, of LTE, and we'll try to show you how he did it. So he would say, okay, of course these states would be the way they are, the eastern seaboard for the most part, as well as the west coast would be liberal. We look at, I believe it's the 1st district, and then obviously he would have both. I think he would have all of these as blue, if I remember right. Illinois is blue. New Mexico, Colorado safe. He would have this. Blue Nebraska 2nd district. Red. Oh yeah, and then he would have it likely because of the Mormons or something retarded. You would have it lean, Alaska lean, safe blue, I think Nevada, likely blue, Arizona, if I remember correctly, I don't know, likely red, Montana, safe blue, I think he had this tilt R, right, likely, I think he had this tilt blue. He might have had these likely margins. I'll just put him likely just to save him a little bit of face here. I think he had this as likely Kansas, Oklahoma safe, this, Mississippi likely. What a retard, am I right? Okay, here. Lean, South Carolina, I think he had. And then Missouri, I think he had likely. And then Virginia was safe. North Carolina was lean D, I believe he had it as. Georgia was lean D, from what I recall. Georgia was likely D, and Texas was tilt R. So this was basically the Nate Silver map as well. It was like a complete blowout. It was like it was basically what would I call it? The 2008 map. It's very similar to it. So that's what it is, and that's LTE for you guys. Now let's look at the Trump rally again, and let me go over the comments. So, JRTB says, I'd love for Red to debate talk with LTE, but LTE wouldn't do it. Well, LTE is a coward, you know. He's feminine, he has press-on nails, he's a homosexual, and that's what it is. Red Eagle would beat him in a debate, and I would not want to hear LTE's voice for more than an hour, so it's kind of a silver lining without having a debate, if you know what I mean. LTE is so overrated. I agree. Whatever. Chat was flying anyway. Okay. GRTB. Okay. John McCain says Kansas is safe with me. Yeah, of course. John McCain did make it safe, I believe. Red Eagle Politics himself says, I'll add you as moderator, by the way. Okay, there you go. I wrenched up Red Eagle. Bruh, why are you streaming Lamau? Well, I was going to talk to Red Eagle, but then he was like, wait, shit. Wait. Okay. So I was going to talk to Red Eagle and VC, and then I guess he didn't want to, so I was bored, so I'm like, okay, I might as well try streaming, so that's why, Red Eagle, that's your own fault. Stop annoying Red Eagle's chat, says Victor. What stupid name. Lucas says Nate Plastic, so true. Victor says Red Eagle unblock you from your chat. I don't recommend Red Eagle because he's gay. JRTB and me, I certainly didn't. What? Okay, John McCain says Red Eagle is an incel beta who thinks he's alpha. He won't unban you, Victor. Red Eagle is an incel beta. I wouldn't say he's that, beta or anything. I wouldn't want to degrade him too bad, but we'll see. We'll see. Trump won this as Aaron Brooks 17. I agree. JRTB says, here's the question I was asking Red. Do you like Matt Gaetz, Red? Does he? Okay, well, maybe Red will respond. In terms of me, I would say I do like Matt Gaetz for the most part. He's very pro-Trump. And people that tend to like Trump are good people, but at the same time, Matt Gaetz is kind of LARP. He's kind of like discount America First, if you know what I mean. He voted to legalize cannabis. He's like, if we have to end the war on drugs, we should end the war in Afghanistan. Shut up. Who cares? War on drugs is based. War on drugs is based. Okay? So, cucked on the weed issue. Also, Matt Gaetz had some gay rumors about his adopted Cuban son. I don't blame him for that, but that was kind of funny. And Matt Gaetz is very hateable, very punchable, but I still kind of like him. Blaine's Vlogs Gaming says hybrid, whatever. Victor says, yeah, he sucks. Red Eagle gets offended for everything if someone doesn't agree with him. Well, Victor, I would say that if you get the control to keep who you have as company in your chat, you might as well filter out all the people you don't like. So that makes sense. Lucas says LT has a gayer voice. I assume you're referring to me. I don't think I have a gay voice, and it's not my fault. So, whatever. If you listen to Real American, he has an annoying voice too, but he has good content. So, I still listen to him occasionally. So, Tucker says lol. Okay. Tucker, I saw you. Okay. Victor is accusing Red Eagle of being against freedom of speech. No, he isn't. Red Eagle is for freedom of speech. Almost anybody on the internet should be for freedom of speech. That's how you make money on the internet. Just wanted to know if you liked Matt Gaetz. I love Gaetz' energy. He's cool, says JRTB. Yeah, Gaetz is cool, I suppose. But again, he has some gay takes. And he LARPs. Also, he was flirting with Tiffany Trump. What the hell was that? What was that? Now, Aaron Brooks says, can we all start over, please, and count by hand at the whatever. Jordan D says, hi, everybody. Hello. Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming says, I hate people who try to change your political views like the left just tries so hard. What do you mean? I mean, if people want to argue about politics, that's up to them, so whatever. I love Matt Gaetz in the hearing, says JRTV. Okay, sure, I don't listen to those, so. John McCain says, Lalo's the only alpha that's a conservative SJW. That doesn't make sense at all. Canyon Stinky, you skipped me, Lalo. No. Where did I skip you? I don't see. I'm scrolling up and I don't see Canyon. I do know Canyon, by the way, so let me see. Yeah, I don't recall seeing a message from you there. Okay. JRTV says he's not hateable. He speaks his mind loudly and it what would it say? Triggers dummies. Okay. Luca Marcella says, did you see the Real American face reveal on TikTok? It's hilarious. By the way, I disavow people face doxing Real American. I did see that. It was okay. It was a little funny, but disavow the face dox. Disavow. Yeah, Real American didn't deserve that. I don't know how the hell that account happened, but it did show. Apparently, Real American says that was him 3 years ago. So he is a big chungus, according to 3 years ago, but whatever. Tucker says Lamau Canyon's here. Canyon says Gates, spelled as in like the gay, you know. John McCain says Canyon Stinky, it was not in the top chat, it got hidden. Canyon says, oh well, just so you know. Blaine's Vlogs and Gaming says, do you support gun rights, Lalo? I completely support gun rights, 100%. I think there should be little to no gun regulations. I'm fully in favor of full auto machine guns, 50 caliber sniper rifles, grenade launchers probably, depending, obviously, make sure you don't kill people, but yeah, concealed carry and everything. Red Eagle says that TikTok was hilarious, but he didn't do it. I don't think Real American posted it because I don't know why he'd be freaking out for it getting out. So I don't know who did it. Could it have been aliens? Could it have been Matt Gagnon? I don't think it was Matt Gagnon. I'll defend Matt Gagnon on that issue. John McCain says conservative SJWs is a conservative who gets triggered like an SJW. Well, see, the one difference between a conservative SJW and a Democrat or liberal leftist SJW is that one has virtue in his anger and passion and is angry for the right reasons, whereas a Democrat is mad that you called them a tranny or a fag or something like that. So I understand what you're saying, but, being biased on the right wing is still better than the left. John McCain says, wait. Big Chungus Potato. Victor says criminal background check. Well, obviously, if you're a felon, if you've committed a felony, you shouldn't have a gun. Duh. So that's what I'm saying. When I say no to little regulation, I'm saying that's part of the little is to have, felons can't have them. Children shouldn't buy guns, or, retarded people. Foreigners shouldn't get guns. Immigrants shouldn't get guns. Illegal ones. John McCain says constitutional carry is based, but we need common sense gun control on muskets. Yeah, carry is good, but no. When people say common sense gun control, that's a dog whistle for that's like saying I want common sense racial segregation. It's retarded. It's, it's like, oh, I want common sense gun control, like banning people off flights if they have a gun, or if you're pro-Trump, here's a red flag gun law or something. No, that's gay. Kenyon says, read live chat. That's the why you can't see all my messages. Okay, I'll change it to the live or whatever here. Live chat. Okay. I moved it. Blaine says, I'm independent right-leaning. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Aaron Brooks 17 says, ready to go politics. Dude, I like your vids, but we all know Trump won this. Yeah, he definitely did. And people people on the center right that say that Trump didn't win are grifting, and they don't like Trump, and they never really did. People on the far left and the left obviously hate him, so they're not going to believe the fraud, the evidence. In terms of the far right, your Brian James Gerdumski's, I'm not saying he necessarily believes this. the Hispanic guy who, what's his name, Pedro Gonzalez, people that are like, that don't defend Trump on the fraud, but constantly nip at his ankles for, you didn't pander to white people, the white working class, bro, the white race, bro, the nationalism, bro. Yeah, shut the. I hate that. It makes my blood boil. But anyway, the point is though, is that that people that are honest know that Trump won. People that look at the actual evidence know Trump won, and people that love Donald Trump know he won as well. And honestly, if you take a survey and say how many people think Trump won the election and it was stolen, okay, 50-50, 45-55, whatever, yeah, okay. But if you take a poll of the people that watched the hearing, the 7-hour hearings, the 20 hours that I've spent watching the hearings or whatever, watching all those affidavits and the statisticians and the intelligence officers witnessing and giving testimonies, 95% of those people would believe it was stolen, unless you're like the utter core of partisan hack on the left. Victor says, I'm a moderate left. I don't, okay, well, you're gay for that. Victor says, assault weapons ban won't change anything. Well, Canada banned assault weapons, and apparently their gun crime deaths have gone up. So, and I think even the proponents of the Brady bill, in a study that I saw a couple weeks ago, said that the Brady gun bill only correlated to a decrease in gun deaths of like 0.2%, which is completely infinitesimal. So the assault weapons ban is completely pointless, almost. Lucas says, Lalo put an LTE prediction video in the background and then laugh at it. That's a good point. Yeah, I can do that for you. Hold on. Hold the phone. That's my live streaming. Hold on. Let me try to find this, and I will look it up for you, guys. Let's talk election. What the fuck? Why isn't it typing? Let's talk elections. Okay. I'll go to November, 2nd or something. It's going to be, over a month ago, right? He has gone up in subs. Red Eagle's channel has gone down 1,000, whereas he went up 2,000, I think, after the election. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but that's interesting. Excuse me. Let me try to find this. Where's the final prediction at? Where is it? National betting odds on new polling data. Extreme debate bump. Wow, this guy's so stupid. Oh my god. Biden's a big win. October 9th. Oh wow, I'm very far back. Okay. 2 weeks left. Lichtman's 13. These leftists love Lichtman, even though a year ago he had Trump winning, right? But my Lichtman. The guy got the year 2000 election wrong and then backtracked it, I believe, and he got another one wrong, I think, and then backtracked that one. So I don't trust that snealing little, whatever. Trump is dwindling. Biden nearing 270. Both can win. My final prediction. Okay, here it is. 238,000 views. That's impressive. I'll give him this. Okay, so this is his prediction. Should I play it? Should I actually play the audio? I'll leave this in the background and let him hang himself. Okay, let me read some more comments. John McCain says, all trans people I know think the pride parades are weird, and they are some of the nicest people I met. Really? The trainees I see are gross, so I don't know where you are. Are you in Arizona? Doubt it. Blaine's vlogs and gaming. I remember when people tried to ban games that have violence, Lamau. Well, that's the Democrat authoritarian approach to a lot of things. Back in the Janet Reno, Tipper Gore era in the 90s. Canyon Stinky says, what do you think about the pastor in Tempe named Steven Anderson? I remember you mentioning this, Canyon. I don't recall. I swear to God, I'm not joking. I don't recall exactly. I don't remember. You remember Trump mocking the retarded guy? I don't remember. Yeah, that's me. I don't know. Okay. Also, look at LTE using 538, hugging onto the 538 like I said you would. Okay. Senate prediction. But you guys asked for the presidential, so I'll go ahead and put it there. Okay. Um. John McCain says the only people watching the hearings are people right wingers who already thinks the election was stolen. Well, John McCain, have you seen a hearing in its entirety? I've seen most of the hearings in their entireties, and I got to tell you that obviously it's just right wingers, perhaps, and I'll tell you why. It's because the fake news media knows that there's credibility to these allegations and these testimonies, and therefore don't want to broadcast it. So probably it's the media not covering it, not even Fox News. I believe the only people that are covering these hearings is RSBN and among a couple others, Newsmax, I believe. Canyon says, if I lived in Arizona, I would go to that church. Well, good for you. Aaron Brooks 17 says, man, the lefties hate this country. They want to destroy it. Now let's fix our country. Sure. Victor Jones says, I'll go to that church. I'm from New Mexico, so it's not far. Okay, so King's like laughing. G-Man, P-Man, I haven't seen you before. Do a video on Trump's best case scenario. How many states could he conceivably win if all the fraud were to be exposed? I can show you right now what the best case is. And in terms of a video, maybe I'll do that. John McCain, you probably haven't met a trans person in life. They're called trannies, okay? And I've seen several trannies in my lifetime. I've seen a couple dozen, I believe. There's a handful of trannies in my school, and I don't like looking at them. G-Man, P-Man, oh no, I read that one. John McCain says there's a bunch here in hell. John McCain's hanging with the trans. Okay. John McCain says, I've seen the hearings, but Orange Man bad. Okay, gay. D.D. Cope. I live in Arizona, and every feminist I know on their Insta post about how men are idiots and they only sexually assault female, but they never mention how men are also get sexually assaulted. Well, D.D., okay, that's a new account, actually. That's a stupid thing to say that, oh, well, why do you talk about men raping women? Well, men can suffer sexual assault. It's like, really? It's the last time you heard a man get sexually assaulted, honestly, a grown man. Doesn't really happen, okay? So, whatever. I don't really care if that happens to men necessarily. It's not the best argument. Tucker says, bruh, he actually made Utah likely. I told you. I literally told you that that was going to happen. And that was before me actually watching the video. That's what I recalled seeing. Canyon says, I just said something about the Chosen Knights, but I deleted it. I don't know what you're referring to necessarily. Luca, Nebraska's first likely Lamau. What a clown. Exactly. John McCain says, D.D. Copes, that's far rarer Lamau. No, that's actually completely correct. I think, honestly, that the male side of sexual assault is not a big issue. Kind of like how innocent people being killed by the cops isn't a big issue. Statistically, is irrelevant. Let's just be completely honest about that. So Chapman 8Q says, yo, is this the real David Chapman? David Chapman? Who knows David Chapman in chat, bro? He's prolific. Okay. John McCain says, Luca, it was borderline likely. I don't know what you mean. Canyon says, but they gays get assaulted, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most rapes on men are from other men. Most sexual, all this, abuse stuff is pretty much all men either attacking other men or women, okay? It's not women preying on men. It's men preying on other men, typically. Okay, so just look at prisons. Blaine says, look at the comment section of the LTE video. I might. JRTV says, LTE is so overrated. True. Chapman says, my name is Caleb. Okay. Caleb. Victor Jones says, LTE uses good stats, though. You're an idiot, Victor. Oh, really? He has good stats, which is why he has Indiana as likely. He has Ohio as lean. He has Nevada as likely blue. He has Utah as likely red. He has Montana as likely red. You retard, Victor. What are your stats, bruh? What are your stats, bro? Nah, bro. Are you kidding? No, his stats are awful. His stats are terrible. Now let's look at the comment section a little bit, and you'll see right here, whatever the polls say swings 6 points to the right from now on. Yeah. A lot of people are laughing at him right now, which is good. They're saying even if Trump loses, this will age bad. Yep, totally true. Vindicated. Even if Trump loses. Even thought Florida was blue. I told you it was going to be like 350. Yeah. Vindicated again. The one thing I did get wrong was Iowa. I forgot that Iowa was right under LTE, so that's one discrepancy I see. But, I mean, that's what it is. In terms of... Okay, what else do you guys want me to do right now? Oh, I'll do the best case for the president. Okay, hold on. Let's do toss-ups of all these important states. Wait, okay, I'll just restart it. Okay, so Donald Trump doesn't get, obviously, the West Coast. Don't listen to Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood, which are allegedly saying that that Donald Trump won California. That just simply isn't true. I can tell you already that isn't true. So let's fill in the red here, over here, there. Whoops, I misclicked. Blue. Blah, blah. Okay, wait. Here, the Nebraska 2nd District, which might prove to be decisive for a sleepy Joe Biden at the end of this if it's a 269 tie, where Trump could have won easily, but we'll look. Here, red, blue. Okay. So this is the current map as of right now. It's 306 Democrat to 232 Republican. Donald Trump is kind of losing, okay, blah, blah, blah. But you know, it's according to the fake news, and my God, okay. So honestly, in my opinion, the first state to flip would probably be Arizona. Let's say Arizona, bam. And then the next one would probably be Georgia, bam. Then Wisconsin, bam. That is a tie. That's a tie scenario. In which case, it would be left up to the House delegation, and in that case, Donald Trump would win the state House delegation. Or there's another scenario where, let's say, the Pennsylvania electors don't positively vote for Joe Biden, but they don't positively vote for Donald Trump, and those get toss-up material. Then Donald Trump wins outright because he gets the Electoral College majority. According to one of my friends here, he thinks that you don't need 270 theoretically. You just need the majority of whatever's left, even like of the appointed electors. So, who knows? Best case, he would flip this Wisconsin, then probably Pennsylvania red, and then Michigan red, and then Nevada red. That's the best case I can see for Donald Trump. Honestly, that's probably, these are the states that he likely won, if anything. Now that's what happens. He doesn't need to flip all of these, and there's a myriad of different combinations we could look at, but that's basically what it is for now. And I'll go ahead and read some more comments. Hold on. Okay. Didi Cope says, the left is trying to take our guns away and make America into a socialist country. We cannot let the left win back control of the Congress, obviously. Chapman says, if LT uses good stats, then I'm black. That's funny. Just kidding. John McCain says, what I meant was Nebraska's first was likely. It was 15.1 and like LT considers likely to be 5 to 15. Well, LTE's numbers are stupid. LT is a con, says Luca. It's true. Canyon says, dude, Linwood is good. Linwood is good insofar as he's a very invigorating figure. He's a very cool guy in terms of watching him. He's based. He's like very plugged in, but at the same time, Linwood is lost in the sauce, is how I would say it. Victor says New Mexico is blue. I know. Canyon says Rick Wiles said so. Who's Rick Wiles? Blaine says vlogs and gaming. People think he will win California even though Biden is up by 30. I know. Tucker says, Lucas says Lyon Niles interviewed the Secretary of State of Georgia. Lyon Niles is the black kid, right? The really dark one, yeah. Lionels. He's an elections Twitter mafia, whatever. He thinks he's cool because he went on the news once, so that's good for him. D.D. Cope says, "Who do you want to be the Republican nominee in 2024? I want Ted Cruz, and Trump will win. I believe it. I don't trust the fake news." Ted Cruz is probably gay in terms of, and not literally gay, but I do think that Ted Cruz is not better than Trump in my opinion. So you wanting Cruz is cringe. His positions aren't really that much better than Trump if you look at it, and he's corrupt, kind of. So, and I'll even look at you with the 2024 map and see a Cruz versus, let's say, Cruz versus Kamala Harris type of of an election, and we'll see what goes down here. As you can see, I think these are blue forever basically, and we'll give these states to Cruz. He'd probably lose Nebraska second. We're going here, here, here. Here. Safe. Excuse me. This would be safe blue, probably. Ted Cruz is maybe marginally better in the suburbs than Trump, but that's not his strong suit. His strong suit's the evangelical base, which, frankly, is very strong with Trump. So, in this scenario, let's say Kamala is running on an Obama 2015 economy, which means it's stagnant, but it isn't bad either. So we're gonna put this as lean D. I would say that Cruz, this is very hard to tell. I'd say he'd probably win Iowa likely. He'd probably win Ohio lean. He'd probably win North Carolina lean. He'd probably win Georgia tilt. He'd probably win Florida tilt. He'd probably obviously win Alaska, lose Hawaii. Texas is going to be probably, I would say either lean or likely. I would say probably likely because it's the home state. I'll just say it's likely because of the home state. Don't blame me if this were to somehow materialize and it turns out to be tilt or something. But let's assume he wins by like 5.5, like Trump did, kind of. Now the states of New Hampshire is almost definitely going to Kamala by a lean margin there. At large, the second district. Like this, the second district does go to Cruz, I guess. I don't remember what the margin is supposed to be, but I'll just put it lean for the sake of the argument for now. I think Cruz would probably win the... Hold on, let me look on the swing-o-meter right now. And I'll show you what's going on here. This is a very interesting kind of thing to look at. As you can see, this is the 2016 election, exit poll, considering this is assuming the immigration demographics flip all these states, obviously. I would say Cruz would probably... This is really, really hard to tell. I don't know what he would do exactly with these numbers. I guess Cruz would probably get like 31% of Latinos. He'd probably get like 29% of Asians, let's say. And let's assume he does like 10% with the black vote. He does like 8% better than Trump in white college educated. Let's say he also probably... Does he do better with the white non-college educated? Probably not. So we'll slide this down to 66. 66. As you can see, he's losing all these states. I still think he would pull ahead in the state of Florida. As you can see, Ted Cruz would lose handily to Kamala, probably. So I guess he would lose Wisconsin in this case, tilt. Michigan probably lean. He'd probably lose Pennsylvania tilt. Only because I think the fracking industry will keep Republicans competitive forever, insofar as the Democrats will go more towards the green energy, phasing out fossil fuels, etc., which will kill a lot of jobs and therefore would make the western part over here, Erie County in south, in this L region, that'll be good and ripe for Republicans to stay viable in the state. Insofar as Nevada, would he win Nevada? No, he would not. Holy cannoli. He would have to do better with the white working class, and I don't see it happening. Than Trump. Trump is the ideal candidate with the white working class. Now, Arizona, I guess he would tilt this out. The normie cons would come out for Ted Cruz, sort of. As you can see, Ted Cruz would very narrowly lose. Very narrowly lose. So is Ted Cruz better than Trump in 2024? Apparently, no, he's not. So so you just got debunked. Debunked. All right, time to read some more comments. Canyon says, what are the odds of Trump winning? What are the chances of Trump winning at this point? I would say Trump's odds are, that's hard to say. I'd say 25%. Trump, look, and I'll say it again. Trump did win. Now it's a question of the court stepping in. Will the time run out? That's another question. Okay. Okay. Victor says Georgia stays with Biden. You're retarded. DD Coast says I don't think Georgia would stay with Biden. You're right. Tucker, true. Yeah. Kenyon says Red Eagle, will you unban me? What? Victor says Trump didn't win Michigan and Nevada. You're stupid. Well, I mean, he might have lost them. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Oh, excuse me. Echo. If you could choose one Republican to lose their primary in 2022, who would it be? I would say Liz Cheney can go. Liz Cheney's got to go. Liz Cheney, representative out of Wyoming, who is the third highest ranking Republican in the House of Representatives right now. Yeah, she is the daughter of Dick Cheney, the non-lesbian one. Okay. So, DD Cope, what do you think about election predictions official? I don't really know who that is. Canyon Stinky deal with it, says John McCain. Victor says, I would have voted for Cruz in 24 because Harris is trash. Good for you. Victor, I would too. Victor Jones says, turn New Mexico red. Why? No. John McCain, we all know... so they're calling me a closeted homosexual. Wrong. JRTB says, so I got something funny. Chicago is so dark blue, it's black. Oh, okay. I got it. The Hawk. Coming in hot. Squawk. It's the Eagle. Hopefully, yeah. Red Eagle gang. Okay. Aaron Brooks 17 says, lol. Hawk says 100%. Kane says, sadly, there goes America. JRTB says, it's literally black population-wise as well. Illinois is very black. Victor Allen Jones says, Trump needs to lose 50 pounds to have a chance first. What the hell are you talking about? Donald Trump is 74 and husky, and that's okay. DD Cope says, how many points do you think both Senate candidates will win by? Oh, do you mean Loeffler and Perdue? I think okay, if they are with no fraud, assuming there's no fraud in a fair election, I think that Loeffler would probably win by 3 and Perdue would win by 2. I think Loeffler would outperform Perdue simply because Warnock is gay and cringe. More than Ossoff, ironically. He's just more radical, and it looks bad. And the ad that Donald Trump showed was very good, and I'll even skip to that part probably. Let's go ahead and skip in this because he has a huge screen and it's very cool to show. Hold on, yeah, there it is. So this is basically like a 2-minute compilation ad of all the radical things the Democrats had said over the last year-ish. Banning oil, hating the cops, all illegals get the vote, stuff like this. So that's a big issue there. DD Cope says, who is your favorite Republican besides Trump? Paul Gosar is my favorite Republican outside of the president. Now, let me think. Tucker, could you play a game to pass the time? Like what game? Would you want to do the election campaign? Hold on. I have an idea. Here. I have a particular idea right now. Okay. So Yap Mess, which is owned by Fish, who is a Red Eagle affiliated guy, has some stuff on it. So let's click it. Hold on. Where's Yap Mess at? Sidebar. Toro College. House floor. Where is he? Where the hell is he at? Hold on. State legislatures. No. This is interesting, huh? How do I go back on this? I do not know. Shortcuts, Discord, Reddit, Twitter. Yap, MS. Okay, here it is. National. There's a couple games in here. Hold on. Idaho Senate map. What is up here? So gay. Presidential poll. I wonder what this is. No, it's no longer taking acceptances. All right, where are the games? Where are my games? Campaign free fall